Casey Wybus, and I am the Creative Arts Director at Out of the Box Studio and Gallery, located in Jamestown, Rhode Island. Out of the Box is the inspirational home to over 20 plus artists that work out of the space on a weekly basis. We are run and operated by the agency Looking Upwards Incorporated, which is a nonprofit that supports people with disabilities to live fulfilling lives.
To me, Out of the Box Studio is really more of a feeling than a place.
We wanted it to really be kind of a self-directing space, a space where you could develop yourself, where you just kind of are provided materials, different media, and other like-minded people. Naming it Out of the Box was really something that gave it some structure, you know.
We started brainstorming about expanding the space in the summer of 2018 with the anticipation to have a grand opening in March 2019. The space wasn't really conducive to having large openings, which is what the Out of the Box artists and myself were really interested in doing.
You know, I think editing, Jim Rafferty always said, don't be afraid to kind of close down and edit what you're doing.
I think that we've been really lucky to have worked with two agencies now that have been very supportive of the arts. Lisa and Jim Rafferty were in charge of Bridges when we were a part of Bridges, and they were always at the cutting edge, I think, of what other agencies did and provided for the arts.
We would close down and kind of rearrange things, make it work better for people, make it more interesting.
We were really lucky when the merge with Looking Upwards happened, because Carrie Miranda has the same passion for the people we support and that the art that they create and getting their names and their work out into the community.
This is underneath the Hitchhiker Galaxy. It's underneath the Red Galaxy too. But there's the Hitchhiker Galaxy, it's all white. Then you go further down, it's red. And you go all the way down to the bottom, and you're at the bottomless pit floor in the universe.
What do you think about all the changes happening here?
They're good, because when they knock off this one over here,
The one behind it.
but this one, if they try to do this one, it would be bigger.
Yeah.
Make icons bigger.
So you want a bit more space.
Casey came to me with a vision of what she wanted to do, and I thought it was a great idea, and I was happy to help her. I saw the space, had some ideas right away on how we could make it better by opening it up, creating better circulation, expanding the gallery, but still maintaining a lot of wall space.
Most of the project was funded by the John E. Fogerty Foundation, which allowed us to collaborate with two local artists, Brian Robidoux to help us create the signage for the new space, and local artist and furniture maker Charles Cooper. So it was really important to the Out of the Box artists and myself that we were involved in the creation of some of what was going to be in the new space. We arranged a day to go over to Charles Cooper's studio in Newport and learn about the process of taking repurposed wood to its final state.
You want to get down as far as possible and pinch it, and then you just push against the wood. You use the wood to kind of pull it out just like that. Here, take the claw part of it, and you kind of just pull it out like that. Just blown away by the enthusiasm that they had to learn and to help, and they got to be a part of a piece of furniture that's going to be in their building, and they can look back and be like, I did this, and I was a part of this.
Got it! Yeah! That was a big one.
I know. Nice.
It's a little clamp.
Oh, okay.
Clamp it down.
Clamp it down good.
And that way it won't tip, and you guys can work on both sides.
Alright, cool.
Just work towards the center. I'm walking away today absolutely inspired to see this group of people and how well they work together. They're just like sharing the responsibility of helping somebody create something. The amount of drive that they had to help and be a part and really dive right in was just so amazing and inspirational. So I'm extremely excited to see them and meet them again, and I can't wait to bring all this furniture to their space.
So Bob, what do you think about the upcoming changes that are going to be made to your workspace?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
You think it'll be a good change?
Yeah. Be good.
One of our main goals was to have a sign for outside of the gallery to attract visitors. We hired local artist and muralist Ryan Robidoux to work with one of the out-of-the-box artists named Robert Stengel.
First, I started off talking to Casey about some ideas that we had, and then we decided it might be better to look at a lot of the artist's work from out of the box, something that would more represent the artist there. So we went through a bunch of their artist artwork and thought that Bob's style would convert nicely into a sign, and Casey did some mock-ups and I sent her back some mock-ups, and I initially made the circles too round, and Casey and Bob thought that they should be less round. So we adjusted that and finally came up with a design that everybody liked.
I got started with squares and then now I'm doing circles.
It looks like you're drawing on a map. Do you always draw on maps?
Yeah, I just like them, that's all.
One day I got some at the church basement. It was like they were giving them away for free, and I was like, "Hey Bob, why don't you paint on these maps?" And he was like, "Oh, I don't know, I'm not sure about that, Kim." You know, and I was like, "I'm just gonna leave him here. If you feel like doing it, then do it." You know, and then 3 months later or whatever, he picked up the map.
Me and maps. I just kind of enjoy them. I enjoy my TV every night. I have certain things that I just like. I guess everybody does.
Bob and I were able to go over to Ryan Robidoux's studio in North Kingstown, and they collaborated on actual painting of the signs.
All right. Do you use a lot of paint?
Yeah.
There's the paintbrush for you. Yep, anywhere in here you want to go. There you go. All right. Bob's style is a lot more loose than mine. My style is really tight and precise, so to mix the two styles together has been a fun project. I made a circle just like how you do. As a copy of one of yours, and then I put it here. And so I lined it up with this one, with these four corners, and I just traced right around it.
But that's bigger than mine.
It is bigger than yours because this is your sized one, but this is my sized one, so mine had to be bigger. The color palette for the sign was a mixture between this picture that Bob had painted and the logo that Out of the Box already had.
One really neat thing about this project is that out-of-the-box artists and the people that worked on this project might have been people that wouldn't necessarily have ever really crossed paths. And now, they'll see each other at the store, and locally it'll build a stronger community knowing that they've built these relationships.
I've been really excited to come to work every single day to see the changes in the studio as they've come, as the outside has been painted and the signs have been hung. And what's the most exciting is watching the people we support get back into the studio area to be able to create work.
This is the first time I'm back to the new studio. I like the new space. I'm happy that I'm back again doing art.
You like how much more space there is?
Yes,
And the lights?
Yep, they're a lot different than the other ones were.
Casey and I spent a lot of time working on the lighting. We tried many different light fixtures and different temperatures of bulbs to get the right look for the gallery to highlight the artwork and make it an inviting space.
I'm looking forward to have a new setup. Like I'm doing a passion for the Newport Bridge, and I'm thinking of hanging it up here so everyone could see it in the new space.
It's an opportunity to connect on a different level and to connect as artists, you know, without barriers. There aren't really barriers there if you're looking at art and you're talking about what somebody's made. And I always found that art really gave sort of the community member a means to talk to someone who they might want to talk to but not really know how to start a conversation with.
One of my favorite parts about the process was working with such a variety of people, professionals in the community to make this happen. All kind of putting our visions together to create this new magical space.
I think it's going to bring a lot of people together. I think it's, like I said, I think the community is going to get more involved. I think it's a great idea for established artists to get space and get to interact with Looking Upwards clients. And I think there's going to be some great art come out of this project.
Thank you for filming me.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for talking.
I think this is the cutoff time.
Bye, Casey.
Thank you, Kim. Bye.